What's up, guys? Welcome in. Good morning. It is Thursday, November the 16th, 7 a.m. New York time. And this is the Venator Trading 10K to $2 million funding challenge. Sponsored by Bespoke Funding Program, where if you're looking to pick up a challenge, you can use the discount code Venator and get 15% off and an 85% profit split on any of their challenges ongoing. So I hope you take advantage of that and support the stream. And grateful for their partnership with us here on the live stream. Don't know if you can hear it, but I still sound crappy, and I feel just as crappy. Probably even feel a little bit worse today than I did yesterday. Not sure how long I'm going to stay on today. Just not feeling it. Just feeling really, really cruddy. But we're going to get on. We're going to do a little bit. We'll see how the morning goes, if I can start feeling better as we wake up here. The Aussie dollar, the Aussie dollar trade I was in yesterday, I ended up getting out just slightly in profit. And it did end up going, I didn't want to hold it right here. I'll just zoom in. I got out right on this candle right here. This was right before the rollover. And then you can see on Wednesdays, number one, the swaps are really high, and it's the highest rollover of the week. And it did shoot down, come back up, and then overnight it did drop. My TP, it didn't quite get to my TP. My TP was actually a little bit below here, but it did drop fairly significantly. It has retraced. This was during the Asian session, and then during London, we've just had a retrace back up from that big move. Still anticipating some weakness here on Aussie dollar. Not sure how much, but we'll see. I say that because let's just go back up to the daily time frame here. You can see we took out all of the sell side, our buy side liquidity here above all of these relative equal highs. Yesterday, we stabbed aggressively up through it, could not hold, and closed back inside that range. That's a stop run. We came down this morning into this fair value gap left from the Tuesday pump off of CPI news, which shot us up, put in a high of the week on Wednesday, and I think the high of the week is in. That's my estimation of what's happening here with Aussie dollar. So with that in mind, pulling back down and filling in some of these fair value gaps, rebalancing some of Tuesday's price action could be on the cards. I don't know how far down we would drop there exactly. Sorry, let me go ahead and get rid of this little line there. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. It could just consolidate to finish out the week and still close very bullish here. But what I'm thinking is that Aussie dollar will get a little bit weaker here today and tomorrow, or just chop right around here. I don't think we close above those highs. I could be wrong, and if we do, then that's going to signal a much stronger Aussie currency, and we'll continue to see higher prices from there. But I have a feeling, based on yesterday's run of those stops, couldn't hold it, closed aggressively below, that we've got our high of the week in. So I'll be looking to short Aussie dollar, and any move back up into this gap, that's where I'll be wanting to short from. So we'll see how that plays out today. If we do indeed get a push back up into this order block right here into that fair value gap, close it in high above those wicks there. I don't think it needs to go up any higher above there. This was the failed swing, so you had a push up, you had another push up, fail, a fail, any move above here or here. I think those are protected highs. So we'll look, and I'll be watching that to see how it reacts. If we do indeed get a push back up above London high here, we'll see. Dollar Dollar took out Tuesday's low right here. So here's Tuesday, the biggest drop or the biggest loss ever in a year. In the last year, that was a Tuesday. We saw the biggest pop ever there. And so Wednesday, DXY on Wednesday took out the Tuesday low, only just by a tick or two, but it took out that low, and has pushed back up higher. Euro dollar and pound dollar did not take out Tuesday's high. So you can see here, this is euro dollar, this is Tuesday's high. We did not take it out. And you can see DXY did reach down underneath and grab Tuesday's low and then push back higher. Interesting little diversion from the correlated move. So you can see we've tapped into yesterday's low and pushed back up. I'm sorry, guys. We've pushed back lower, and now we're just sitting in some consolidation, just kind of chopping around a little bit. And it's going to be real interesting to see if the dollar wants to recover any of that move from Tuesday, or if this was it. This was all we needed, and now we can go higher. I kind of feel like it wants to come back lower here. It barely took out yesterday's low. Midnight open, we just opened, barely put in a wick, and we've pushed higher. I'm anticipating an open, a high, and a low, and a close. I think it's going to want to come back down into this daily fair value gap right here. It should have respected it. It did not. I think it wants to come back down and rebalance this BPR right here. Balanced price range. We had an aggressive drop down, an aggressive drop through. We've never really had efficient price action in here. So I'll be looking for opportunities to sell that. And could be that we've already had that run above liquidity and we're dropping a failure to make a new high. If we get a push up, will be interesting to see. It's just chopping right now. I don't have any desire to get into a move. Nothing at all. Similarly on pound. Pound did not take out Tuesday's high here. Instead, it decided to drop. It's dropped down into this fair value gap here. How low does it want to go? Oh, gosh. We do have some unemployment numbers coming out at 8:30. It doesn't show up on TradingView as a red folder news event, but they are there. They are there, and yeah, be looking to sell GU as well. I just think we're going to have some more dollar strength here. I think this was too aggressive of a move down, and I think it's going to want to rebalance. It may even just want to come back up into this wick here, potentially, and that would be some dollar strength today. So that's why we're looking at that, which would correlate with a gold sell-off. Also, I'm thinking Bitcoin Bitcoin filled in this weekly fair value gap. Let me jump over here to my Bitcoin. Haven't really talked a lot about Bitcoin. I was expecting it to short off of this, but it reached up all the way into this upper fair value gap, completely filled it in. And it's run all of this buy side liquidity, aggressively rebalance those sharp drops here, and due for a pullback. I'm thinking that it's time for this to roll over here. And I don't know that I would swing this all the way down, but we did run liquidity. We've displaced through, run more liquidity, displaced through. Coming back up into this breaker right here. Even if you just wanted to use the high. Target these initial, the bottom of that fair value gap. Could be a nice little Bitcoin play there. I don't know that that's I don't think that's a 24-hour move. That could be a today and tomorrow move, but we'll watch and see how that plays out. I'm not going to take that trade, but it's just my gut feeling. And there's technical analysis. It's not just a gut feeling. There's technical analysis there. Oof. Pound yen. Don't really have a desire to short any of the yen pairs still. There's obvious buy-side liquidity targets still resting higher. You've had a sharp move up. You're consolidating. Maybe wait for some manipulation, and then it goes up. Pound, Aussie. Man, it's just super choppy. We ended up getting into a trade there and getting to break even. It did end up playing out and running to its 2R profit target, but it was over the rollover period and we couldn't capitalize on it, much like our Aussie dollar trade. We were able to capture some small profits off of both of those before the day closed out. Haven't been able to catch a good, clean New York move yet, though, and capture that full move. We're just back in the middle of this range now. Even if this is my target, I don't know that I want to get involved in something on Pound Aussie right here. It's super choppy. Just not a great play. Whoa, there goes Aussie dollar dropping. I was really hoping Aussie would come up and take out London's high before we had this drop, but looks like it does not want to do that. My oil trade did end up running aggressively to profit. Now we're back. So here's oil. We've been in a downtrend. We caught this move, and I think this one also. This is the one we got swerved on. We never got the entry. We put the order in. It came within like a tick of our entry, and then it just dropped. That was what happened there. That was the swerve. And so now you can see we've put in another lower high. You would anticipate this swing low getting taken. And then you've got multiple levels of liquidity below there. So if you're looking to sell, you can see overnight it popped back up into that fair value gap there. Last down closed candles before we ran buy side, and then we've displaced through. It's come back up into that breaker and fallen away. And fallen away fairly aggressively. This is the first draw on liquidity, the swing level down here. So any pushback up, this is the first 15-minute candle. I think any pushback up here could be a nice short on oil. close out his phase two. Miss it by a pip or two or something like that, and that's unfortunate, Corey. But welcome into the stream again, buddy. Glad you're still here after all these months. And just stick with it, man. You're a good trader. You know what you're doing. You've already passed phase one. You're going to pass phase two. Whether it's this one or the next one, it doesn't matter. Hang in there, buddy. George Tucker, good morning. Mr. Partha G, hello. Cisco, what's going on? Are you on the January contract? Oil rolled over last night. Well, I don't know. It's just it's just the TVC WTI crude oil. I don't know what contract it is. I don't think on these specific ones that it uses as a specific contract, John, like it does on the future side. Yeah, CFDs. This isn't the future, so we don't roll with monthly contracts or quarterly contracts. The prices may not exactly correlate, but the price action should, if that makes sense. Like the numbers that you see over on the right probably don't line up with whatever your January contract says, but your price action should all be extremely similar. WTI is just the West Texas Intermediate or West Texas something crude oil. It's just the chart. U.S. oil is the CFD that the forex brokers use. What's up, Red? Good morning, bud. I honestly, guys, don't know how long this stream's going to be today. I do feel worse today than I did yesterday. Still can't breathe good. Still stuffed up. My head's still pounding. Not running fever, thank God, but I just feel like I got hit by a Mack truck, man. Not feeling great at all. JOHN are the letters that don't make sense to me. Here we go. Thank you, Cisco, for breaking the ice and getting this Mac talk going. I appreciate it. I know, man. Firing shots. He just opened up the can of whoop ass. I do still have very barely the teakwood and oak candle. It's barely got anything left in it. It's at the very, very bottom. I'm surprised it's still burning today. Quite honestly, I am surprised. Jeez. Cisco, I can't stay long today, so got to start early. I hear you. I knew that WTI is... Don't CFD. Contracts for something. My brain's not working too well this morning, y'all. I can't remember what the D is. Sorry, that made me laugh. Let's CBD, buddy. CBD. That's what she said. That is what she said, buddy. We'll see how the dollar reacts above these daily highs here. If it can get above and hold above that, or if it wants to just grab that and then fall off and consolidate again, we'll see. But if it can grab that and then pull back a little bit, we might be able to get into some sell opportunities. And we'll just have to wait and see. Any setup on EU? Is this Trader Omar who double dipped on the giveaway last week? Is this the same Omar? No setup on EU right now. Not for me anyway. It's just consolidating, and it did run on the hourly, ran some buy side liquidity overnight, and it's dropping back down. But I would want to. It's just in the middle of this chop right now, and so I don't see anything super clean to want to get involved in on the EU right now. It's Omar. It's the double dipper, man. That's what we're going to call Omar. If it's the same guy. I don't know if it's the same guy. I think it is. I think it's the same Omar. You're welcome into the stream anytime. You're just not welcome to try to scam the giveaway. No, yeah. What? This has to be the double Omar. He gives both answers. No setups on EU right now. Do like this. I think I do like this setup on oil though. Again, maybe taking another crack at it. Taking another crack at it. Any pullback we get up, looking to short oil here. On to displacement breaker right here. I think just a touch of that fair value gap right there would be good for me. And you pull back up into that spot. Oh yeah, I got it. Hold on, I gotta fix something over here, y'all. On my terminal. Yeah. Gosh. So tired of this. I'm so tired of feeling like shit. All right. So I'm setting a sell limit there at 76. Why is that? How is that right? Oh, it's just a different, I guess it's just a different chart. Is that right? So that's so odd. This may be with a difference in price here, because on the this is where I have my line on exactly that fair value gap, but on the Think Markets chart, the price is 76.34, and on the TVC chart, 76.34 is way up here. So I'm just going to put it on that fair value gap. That's where my entry is, and my stop is literally at the top of that wick right there, and my TP is at the swing level right here, at that daily swing level. But that's my entry there on oil if we can get it. And I need to put that. Sorry, I've got multiple accounts I'm managing right now, y'all. Not just this little 10K. Bear with me, please. Oh, shit. All right, so they're set up there. See if we can get any participation in that. I'm going to put that on the Discord because that is for the 10K as well. I'm going to move my candle here. Gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. So frustrating. So, if the London high is the high of the day, if the London high is the high of the day, then any pullbacks up into these fair value gaps should be protected. You do have a little breaker here. It hasn't displaced through that level yet, but you could get a potential pullback up into this order block. Leave your London high. And if you were looking for some levels, a complete filling in of this fair value gap, maybe reaching down into this one, that would get you your 1 to 2. I don't know, John, man. I don't know why. Did you not sell it? You should have just been selling oil. It's in a downtrend, buddy. So any pullbacks, you just sell. That's all I'm trying to do right now. Mr. Alfie, hey all. Not much happening other than just, I feel like crap, absolute crap, man. I have a feeling this is going to be a short stream today. We might make it 1 hour, and then I might have to just call it. Because I am I need to go back to bed. I need to go back to bed. The spot on oil that I'm talking about is this 15. There's a 15-minute fair value gap right here. We've run buy side liquidity. We're displacing down through, and the daily swing level is our target. We're in a downtrend. So any pullbacks we get, we've run up and took out the sell side or the buy side overnight. Now we're displacing lower. So any pullbacks we get here are to just rebalance price and then continue down and take out sell side liquidity. So hopefully we don't get swerved today like we got yesterday. Aussie dollar coming back up to that fair value gap there as well. Question is, do I want to wait for the oil or do I want to try to take a stab on Aussie dollar? Because I have my full risk on for oil, so I don't know that I want to do that. Not quite triggered in on that oil trade yet anyway. Would like to see one more little push up there, just not swerve us again. It reached right up into this breaker. Last down close candle, ran buy side liquidity, displaced through. I just want to see it get into that fair value gap. Just touch it. John says, I realize America prioritizes its military strength over free health care, but you could still go to the doctor. You sound like my wife, John. She was begging me. Just go to the doctor. I probably am going to go to the urgent care this morning. We have one down the road, and just I this feels like a sinus infection. I've gotten those frequently before. I think it's from the sick that I got before. I think it never cleared out, and then it just got up in here, and now I have a sinus infection. I think that's really what it is. So I just need to go get some antibiotics and clear that out. I'm going to do some nasal rinses, all that good, nasty stuff you do when you're sick up there. And the cough is just post-nasal drip from all that junk. So I need to take care of it. I'm tired of feeling like this. I feel like crap, Mr. Alfie. So if I sound as bad as I feel, then I gotta feel bad. 2 years ago it would have been COVID. Oh, it definitely would have been COVID. Definitely would be COVID. Will we get swerved again on this dang oil trade? 75, it's sitting right at, I have my price here sitting at, sorry, what's it going to be here? It's going to be right at 75, basically, that 75 level, which is a big round number. Can't say that word on YouTube. Yeah, my stream will probably get canceled now that I said the word COVID on the live stream. The YouTube algos are listening, just waiting for Venator Trading and his 17 viewers to talk about COVID. You can't stop saying that word. It's an interesting spot for gold right here. Right off of that fair value gap, London high. And target the swing levels down here. It'd be interesting to see how gold responds off of this little fair value gap after a break of structure and run of liquidity. Not taking it. Don't trade the Gilded Gal. We just like to look at the shows from the window. Try to find a little hole in the fence to look through. See what we can see. YouTube algorithm going to take you out for a -1. Probably. No, it'll just swerve me again. It'll just swerve me again. My wife kicked me out of the bed last night. I mean, a lot of sympathy I got from her, right? Like, a lot of sympathy I got. I mean, oil is just frozen in time. Literally not moved for like 2 minutes. Not one, oh, there it goes. One little tick up. It's literally not moved for like 2 minutes. That happens to oil. Oh, that happens to me often, but I'm rarely sick. Getting kicked out of bed. Somehow, I'm not shocked by that. I don't know why I'm not surprised, but that does not surprise me. Yeah, she made me go sleep on the couch because it's coughing and sniffling. Well, come on, oil. Don't you treat me like 2 days in a row like that. Ugh, gosh. I think I'm going to give it 20 more minutes, guys. I'll get us to the top of the hour. And then I'm going to get back on the couch. Take my meds. Take my... the ibuprofen helps with the headaches. Gets that inflammation down, but... I just need to go get some antibiotics for this thing. What's up, Ansab? Welcome in, man. Gosh. Ridiculous. I wonder if CFD follows a market and or volume profile based off of 30-minute time price opportunities. Futures do, but don't know about CF. It's a D, not a B, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with the volume profile, time price opportunities, but your health should be first. Thanks, Trader Omar. 99.5% of bacteria dies if you fast for 48 hours. Don't succumb to big pharma antibiotics. What about news? Oil, I'll trade through with oil. I don't have any other orders set on the actual dollar pairs related to that. Oil's not going to be that affected by unemployment numbers. And yes, fasting is super powerful and super healthy for your body. And that's not a bad idea. I don't know that I want to do a 48-hour fast though. Typically, I used to fast every week for 30. I would do a 36 to a 40-hour fast. I would eat dinner on Sunday night, and then I wouldn't eat again until lunch on Tuesday. So not quite a 48-hour fast, but pretty long nonetheless. Maybe I should do that. Maybe that would be helpful. I need to get online. I don't know if you guys have seen the Barbara O'Neill, the lady from, what is she, New Zealand or Australia or something? The homeopathic natural healing lady, Barbara O'Neill. I don't know if y'all know who I'm talking about. She has some fascinating stuff. I'm sure she's got something for a sinus infection. In fact, I may just Google that right now. Let's see what Barbara O'Neill says. Barbara O'Neill, sinus infection. Oh yeah, she's got stuff. $10.3 million views.
People with sinus problems. A group of doctors discovered that sinus problems are due to fungus. You wouldn't believe the green slime we pull out of people's sinuses. It is a fungus. Why is it growing there? It's usually because the person has a wheat, dairy, micro, peanut allergy. And whenever there's an allergy, excess mucus. Have you heard people snorting? They might do it when they've got a cold, but some people just do it all the time. You know what that tells me straight away? They've got an allergy. Because when there's an allergy, the body makes excess mucus. So if a person's eating these foods and they've got this excess mucus, blowing their nose all day, or maybe blowing it every morning, that tells me they've got an allergy. But you know what else is happening? They don't know that. Sometimes people think this is life, I just do this. Sometimes it can be breathing in mold or breathing in chemicals, causing irritation there, causing the excess mucus. And sometimes that's fed because the person's drinking Coca-Cola every day. You see, it can be a whole lot of factors. Many people with sinus problems. A group of doctors discovered...
God didn't tell me what to do. Didn't tell me what to do. Thanks, Barbara. That was no help. That's nice. John, I'd rather be sick than fast. I fast every day anywhere around 7 to 8 p.m. until around 6 a.m. Yep. And then you break your fast. Breakfast. She sounds like a witch doctor. She's the ICT of health. Ben, the problem with antibiotics is that they have been over and inappropriately prescribed in the past. They won't work for a cold. Yeah, well, I think this is past cold, and I think it's moved into sinus infection, which I have gotten infections before in my sinuses, and so it wouldn't be surprised. Was she leaving social media for good? On November 11th, in fact. Strange. So odd. The same date. She said, stop eating ice cream. Is that what she said? Is that what you heard? Stop eating ice cream? I heard, don't drink Cokes. I heard, don't drink Coke. That's what I heard. OEO challenge. She's going into the homeopathic World Cup in February, and she's going to take on all comers. Dairy could be the problem. Well, I'm not a big dairy guy. Let's see, what dairy have I had? I drink non-dairy coffee creamer. I will have some cheese occasionally, like on a sandwich or something, but that's very rare. I didn't have any dairy. I haven't had dairy. I'm trying to think. I don't remember the last time I had dairy, and certainly not enough to like produce an allergy. If anything, it's probably if there's something, it's wheat with the bread. Maybe I have a wheat allergy. I don't know. Or it could just be I'm sick. It could just be I've got a virus or a bacteria growing in my sinuses. Oh, walla walla bing bang. I haven't heard that one on a wall. Could be Kirby. Well, see, now we're getting somewhere. Now we might be getting to the root cause of all of this, Kirby. Finally, someone's throwing out an actual viable his long-term plan to outlive me. See you, Cisco. Have fun, man. Well, yeah, you did drink milk, but you know, not animal product, like dairy products from animals, doesn't break down in the body the way that your mother's milk does. And it's not dairy. Your mother's milk isn't dairy. One thing I never understood is how can people allergic to dairy? Didn't we? Oh yeah. I drank milk all the time as a kid. I never really had an issue. I do notice if I have, like, it will mess with my stomach a little bit if I do have a bit of dairy. Like if I have a chunk of dairy, like an ice cream, or I don't even know what else other kind of dairy there is. Where was the True Open? Yeah. Man, part of me wants to put in an order on Aussie Dollar. I have my full risk position on for the sell limit for oil. Maybe if I did a half on Aussie. Just do a 0.5%. half risk, I mean. That way if they both get tagged in, I'm not over leveraging. Stop at the high, the London high, and the TP would be somewhere right there. Six, 4, 842, and then 65032 and 64413. Oh, gosh. God, I always forget to do that. All right. I'm just doing a half R on this Aussie dollar trade because if they both get tagged, I don't want overlap. I don't want to be too over leveraged there. Mr. Alfie says, on sub, I believe it has to do with your genetics and whether your ancestors long ago were cattle farmers or not. Descendants of those that were have a much lower level of lactose intolerance. I have never, ever heard that theory before in my life. But that's fascinating to think about. Survival of the fittest. Oh gosh. 5 more minutes and then I think I'm gonna get us to the top of the hour. I'm gonna get 1 hour in. I'm gonna get an hour in. And then I think I'm tapping out, y'all. I think I'm tapping out. Man. I wasn't born bald, but starting to lose my hairline. What? I have no idea what that it's referencing. Am I missing a joke? What am I missing? Did I miss a comment? Do I not have all comments on? No, I have all messages on. Oh, it's all to do with genetics. Oh, you're talking about genetics. Yeah. Yeah, your genetics determine a lot about how your body reacts and responds to certain things. I'm hanging with you now. Oh, I forgot. I didn't put this in here. I need to. Coming into the last couple minutes of this hourly candle here. And yeah, just anticipating a nice little push up on the next hourly open on both of these. And I think the London high is protected on Aussie dollar. And oil is just super weak, and I'm going to continue to run oil until we take out this liquidity down here. Leaving behind a nice little fair value gap here on a 30-minute time frame to work with. Same on Aussie dollar. Start of the hourly open here. Saw that on a video why skin got pale. Turns out when people migrated to northern latitudes, their diet changed. They got less vitamin D from the food. Interesting. Those with paler skin made up for this by being able to get more from the sun, so they survived. All right, guys. I think. Oh, did we get into oil? No, we're not yet into oil. Let me look. We're very close. There we are. We're tagged into oil. Oil is active on the sell. Aussie dollar has not. All right. I think I'm going to call it right there, guys. I'm just going to go get back on the couch. I'll set some alerts here If things pop, then we'll post them on Discord and Twitter as they go if I'm not asleep. If you don't hear from me for the next few hours, it's because I'm dead to the world. So we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be doing a 10K account giveaway for those who don't cheat. We will be giving away a 10K account giveaway tomorrow. I don't know what time. I'll surprise you. But I'll let you know about that tomorrow. So stick around. Tomorrow, come back and we'll be here as usual. But for now, I'm just going to go rest up and try to see if I can feel better. So y'all have a great day. Stay safe. Happy hunting out there. And we'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys. Adios.